Hey VC, good morning. Tony here. Tony's LPs are us. Hope everyone's doing well. Want to thank you for stopping by my channel, and hopefully you're a subscriber or you're just passing through. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. It doesn't really cost anything. It's free, helps us out, helps the VC community out, and gives us that better feed for the algorithm, which is a big mystery on YouTube. Who knows how the algorithm works? But thanks a lot. So today we're doing a little announcement. Rhino High Fidelity Series announced this morning with Steve Westman's great channel with one of the executives of Rhino that the two new Rhino releases today are Stevie Nicks' Belladonna record, her solo LP, which I believe sold probably 5 or 6 million copies the first day. Who knows? It's a big smash record. And Wilco AM. Wilco I'm not familiar with, but I'm sure Wilco people are happy. And this is the OG Belladonna, which I have here, which sounds good. Really a nice copy, mint. Here is the inner. And it has a custom label. I did not clean this record. It has a custom label there. And again, here's the inner. So I don't have Wilco. Don't even know what Wilco, what their itinerary is or what their catalog consists of. But supposedly that was a great sounding record. All done from analog tapes, mastered. They show you a tape box. They have liner notes. Now this Belladonna is kind of a disappointment to me. I'm not a huge Stevie Nicks fan. I'm not a huge Fleetwood Mac fan, but apparently the people who picked these records at Rhino thought that Wilco would be a nice pick, a newer band, and of course they wanted another female vocal. They said that they were top heavy with male vocals or male bands, so they wanted to go with a female vocal. Here are the here's the Wilco. This is the website. These are available now. Rhino, these are great bargains at $39.99 or $39.98, numbered. First 5K numbered, and then eventually what Rhino has been doing in the past for most of their titles is reprinting as non-numbers, so you're getting the same record. So it kind of keeps the flippers away, unless you're a number freak, which the numbers don't really mean anything. You could order this record today and get number 5,000. Order it 2 weeks from now and get number 103. So there's really no rhyme or reason to it. I'm not really excited about these two titles, like I kind of indicated. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed also that it appears that Rhino has basically done away with their rock jazz title sequencing. If you remember the first, I believe, 3 or 4 Rhino releases on the High Fidelity series, there was a rock record that knocked it out of the park, and then there was a jazz record. The jazz records didn't do as well, so I think they scrapped that whole plan to do jazz rock. So now they're going into some things you wouldn't expect. If we're going to do a Stevie Nicks record, in my opinion, do this record. And I'm going to pull it out. Do this record. Somehow get the rights from Buckingham and Stevie, and somehow get the rights and do this. Now, these records, 5,000 would go in the first hour if they did this record. If they want to do Stevie Nicks, I know this is Polydor. They probably don't have the license for Polydor. And I believe these records, or this particular Buckingham Nicks album, is owned, co-owned, the publishing and co-owned rights to this recording is Buckingham and Nicks. So, Stevie and him aren't getting along for whatever reason, but the fans really need that record. That record is hard to come by on the secondary market on eBay and those other sites. You're probably going to pay for a near mint copy or a VG Plus copy, at least over $100. So it's kind of weird. I'm not crazy about these the latest batch of High Fidelity series. I did really, it's, and a lot of it's my own preference. Your preference is yours. This is just my opinion. We're just talking here as friends and vinyl people talk about records, right? So, I'm not real crazy about this, but I just emailed a few friends of mine or texted a few friends of mine that love Fleetwood Mac, and I'm sure they're going to probably pick this up. Although, like I said I actually commented on Steve's broadcast today, his live stream, that these Belladonna records are still accessible, near mint copies, probably still sealed if you want to pay, a little bit more. So does it match the OG? Probably going to be close to or a little better than the OG, because the High Fidelity series that Rhino's been putting out have been splendid. So that's my 2 cents. Hopefully you're happy about it. I'm not going to be getting it. I already have it. I haven't listened to it in years. I'm not a big Stevie Nicks person or Fleetwood Mac. That era of Fleetwood Mac, I'm more of a blues Fleetwood Mac with Bob Welch and Peter Green and the early stuff. But while we're here, I'm going to show you my Stevie Nicks records. This still has Shrink on it, and she's got a typical Stevie Nicks pose. Here is the inner. Rooms on Fire. It contains the hit Rooms on Fire. This is the other side of the mirror, Stevie Nicks. And then we have this Stevie Nicks. So she always never changes her look for, all that flair. It kind of looks like Steve Tyler on Aerosmith stuff with the veils and things and handkerchiefs and stuff. So this is The Wild Heart. There's the label. I'm not sure what her best solo record is. Maybe it's, here's the inner, maybe it's Belladonna. It did sell a lot, and I'm sure all her records sell a lot. I remember I had a few years ago, Belladonnas, and I sold them on eBay. So they do sell. Here is a Stevie Nicks, whatever this is called. I can't really read it here. Let me put on my glasses. Rock a Little, I believe it is. Rock a Little. Stevie Nicks. Rock a Little. This is a nice cover. This is a cool one I'm showing. It's a 12-inch maxi single. I Can't Wait. Dance mix. I Can't Wait. Instrumental dub mix. And I Can't Wait rock mix. I Can't Wait dub mix on both sides. This is a 12-inch. These sound great. I picked this up for $4 at a place that was going out of business. This is a promo, if you could see the bottom there, with a nice sleeve. And there you have it. So once again, 2 new releases. Wilco, which I hope you could tell me a little bit about Wilco. Should I pick up Wilco? I'm not sure. Maybe I should try Wilco, or listen to it first on YouTube, which I recommend people do. And then maybe if I think it's going to be one of those records I'm going to play a lot, because at this level I have a lot of records and I don't play them constantly like I did when I was younger. I would buy a Billy Joel record, buy a Zeppelin record and play it all the time. So there's a lot of new stuff coming out, and I don't really know a lot of the newer things. So here's the cover, Belladonna. This is an OG. This has on it Belladonna, Kind Woman, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, which is a classic with the Heartbreakers, Think About It, After the Glitter Fades, Edge of 17, How Still My Love, Leather and Lace, Outside the Rain, The Highwayman. And, this is a good one, I guess, if you're even a Tom Petty guy or a Tom Petty gal. And this was engineered by the great Shelley Yakis, who also engineered a lot of the Tom Petty, I believe. So on Modern Records, this is going to sound really good as a high fidelity. So if you're into audiophile sound, pick it up. You can't go wrong, right? $30-$40 shipped, maybe if you buy 2. I think shipping is free. If you spend a certain amount, shipping is free. Then you have tax. But really good bargains. And if you miss out on these numbered ones, usually they'll do a non-numbered one. So that's it. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Hope you dig these 2 titles. But for me, really hasn't stirred any interest. Like I said, if you know anything about Wilco, please leave the comments. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Keep rocking, and we'll see you later. Ciao.